A lot of people have already noticed that every player who tore their Achilles in the last two postseasons wore the number 0. But here's something that flew under the radar. Both Kobe Bryant and Jason Tatum tore their Achilles with exactly 3:08 remaining in the fourth quarter of their respective games.
We finna watch Cosgrove. These NBA coincidences are starting to get scary.
Let's start with something that just happened. In Game 6 of this year's first round series between the Knicks and Hawks, New York was absolutely blowing Atlanta out. And whenever a game gets that out of hand, tensions usually follow. And sure enough, things got heated in the second quarter. During the chaos, Knicks head coach Mike Brown tried to break things up and ended up on the floor in the process, basically recreating Jeff Van Gundy's infamous moment from 1998, who was also the Knicks head coach at the time. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington from The Odd Couple happened to be watching the scuffle live while discussing something completely unrelated and immediately pointed out the resemblance.
It's the swan song, right, for Steve Kerr. We keep hearing stuff. He's not happy. The guy won you 4 championships. Wait, he should have a new contract. Season's over. Here's your contract. Sign it, right? And we're done.
Duh. Oh, they're getting real. Oh.
Nah, I'm not shocked. Atlanta has to fight. Come on.
It's in the crowd. For those, Mike Brown is on the ground. He looks like Stan Van Gundy or Jeff Van Gundy.
But what they didn't realize at the time, both incidents happened on the exact same date, April 30th, 28 years apart. Now, some Knicks fans might not care about that one. They're more focused on a different trend. For the past few seasons, every team eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals has gone on to make the NBA Finals the following year. If that pattern holds, the Knicks might be next in line. We'll see. A lot of people have already noticed that every player who tore their Achilles in the last two postseasons wore the number 0. But here's something that flew under the radar. Both Kobe Bryant and Jason Tatum tore their Achilles with exactly 3:08 remaining in the fourth quarter of their respective games. On its own, that might not mean much, but when you remember how often Tatum talked about idolizing Kobe growing up, it suddenly feels a lot heavier. That's not the part of Kobe's career he was trying to emulate. Luka Doncic was able to match Kobe down to the exact second as well. It took nearly a decade before another Laker dropped 60. That finally happened when Luka did it this past March against the Miami Heat. And the way he got there was almost identical. Luka scored his 60th point at the free throw line with 14.8 seconds remaining, the same way Kobe reached 60 in his final game. That's not just a coincidence, that's eerie. Now, you could even look at Luka's 60-point game against Miami as a bit of revenge in a weird way. Bam Adebayo had just broken Kobe's record for the second most points in a single NBA game about a week earlier, so maybe this was the universe's way of responding. Speaking of Bam, that 83 doesn't just represent the number of points he dropped on March 10th. It also represents the game that ended his season. Technically, the play-in game between the Heat and Hornets was Miami's 83rd game of the season. And in that game, Bam suffered an injury that forced him out and ultimately led to the Heat being eliminated. Some fans even see a deeper layer to it.
Straight on his
tailbone. God damn. Against the Charlotte Hornets, the same franchise that originally drafted Kobe Bryant back in 1996. There are definitely die-hard Kobe fans out there who view that as some kind of symbolic full circle moment, like the basketball gods had anime. Bam scoring 83 points only adds to the long list of similarities between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. Think about it. Shaquille O'Neal played for both franchises. LeBron James played for both franchises. Pat Riley won championships with both franchises. So when you take all that into account, it almost feels inevitable that the next player to score over 80 after Kobe would come from the Miami Heat. Not a lot of people on this planet can say this. Back in 2006, Jim LeBombard was working in media relations for the Toronto Raptors, meaning he was there in person for Kobe's 81-point game. Fast forward to today, and he's now the vice president of basketball communications for the Washington Wizards, which means he also witnessed Bam's 83-point performance. Being in the building for both of those historic nights is a flex that almost nobody else can claim. During the 2026 NFL Draft, Jordan Tyson was backstage, waiting for his name to be called, but instead of focusing only on the draft, he had something else on his mind. He was watching his brother Jalen Tyson playing in an NBA playoff game for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, in the green room, apparently he was passing the time watching his brother Jalen take on the Toronto Raptors.
They beat the Raptors too. Shout out to Scotty Barnes and B.I.
playoff
Y'all didn't do
series.
y'all
And
shit
get
though.
this, at almost the exact same moment Jordan Tyson got the call from the New Orleans Saints, officially making him an NFL player, his brother Jalen knocked down a three-pointer in his playoff game. Two huge moments happening simultaneously from the same family, becoming the first pair of brothers to be selected in the first round of two different professional sports.
Where he ended up in New Orleans.
Got him to 36.
Growing up, that was my favorite team. New Orleans Saints were my favorite team with Drew Brees.
I was in the game when he got drafted. Apparently, what I was told is when I hit the corner three, that's when he got, like 2 seconds later, he got drafted.
I mean, the timing of that, as you pointed out, is just insane. When you
Look how much receiving yards he got. 7-11.
think about it, you're hitting the
No,
shot. He's about
about
to
to
get
go
drafted.
stupid this year
Speaking
though.
of brothers, in May
Why
of
is we
2024,
fades in the red
Aaron
zone?
Gordon
We not
lost
getting
his
stopped
brother
in the
Drew
red
in a
zone.
tragic car accident. To honor him, Aaron changed his jersey number from 50 to 32, the same number his brother wore.
Nuggets for.
In May of 2024, Aaron Gordon lost his brother Drew in a tragic car accident. To honor him, Aaron changed his jersey number from 50 to 32, the same number his brother wore.
Nuggets forward Aaron Gordon is reportedly
Damn, I didn't know
switching his
that.
jersey number to honor his late brother. Drew Gordon lost his life in a crash back in May, and throughout his career, Drew Gordon wore the number 32, which is the number that Aaron will start wearing this season.
1 year after his brother's passing, Aaron Gordon hit a game-winning shot in Game 1 of a playoff series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And here's the part most people didn't notice. At the exact moment the ball was above the rim, there were 3.2 seconds left on the clock, his brother's number. Now, was it exact on the official clock? No, but we all know how timekeepers aren't flawless. After the game, Gordon said something that only added to the moment.
He was in there.
I shot it. Did I know it was in? I knew it wasn't a miss.
He even brought his brother's kids with him to the post-game press conference. When Davion Mitchell came into the league, everyone assumed that he was related to Donovan Mitchell. Same last name, similar physical builds, same jersey number. Donovan even showed up to a Utah Jazz game wearing Davion's college jersey during the 2021 NCAA tournament to support him, which only made it more convincing. But somehow, they're not related at all. Just one massive coincidence.
This is scaring me a little bit.
Hey, they some Virgos though. Donovan Mitchell, Virgo. Davion Mitchell too. That's fire. Donovan Mitchell and Landon got the same birthday, I'm pretty sure.
Davion Mitchell, same numbers.
Landon's might be
Nearly
the 6th.
same birthday.
When RJ Barrett knocked down a game-winning shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers to force a Game 7, the moment instantly sparked deja vu across the basketball world. The first comparison that came to mind was Tyrese Halliburton's game-tying shot that forced overtime. And
that shit made me think they got like some bullshit in the ball. Cause what the fuck, bro? You know how rare it is to this single rim, but like
Game 1 of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. And it wasn't
crazy.
just fans making that connection. Halliburton himself saw it and immediately tweeted. Even RJ Barrett admitted in his post-game interview that the similarity crossed his mind too.
Crazy.
Honestly, ball goes off the back rim. What are you thinking?
I still knew it was good because it went straight up. Like, you know, if it goes straight up, you got a chance. Like that Halliburton.
Not on double rim, keep going.
But that wasn't the only flashback people had. A lot of fans went even further back, to Kawhi Leonard's legendary buzzer beater from 7 years ago. For many, that was the first comparison that popped into their heads. And it's not hard to see why. Same arena, same basket, same high bounce.
Hey Donovan, did it make you think of Tyrese Halliburton from last year in the playoffs?
No, until I think you just told me that. Did you? Yeah, not until you said it. The first thing I thought it was Kawhi Leonard. To be honest,
haven't seen a shot in Toronto like that since Kawhi. Something about those rims.
Back when Kawhi hit that iconic shot, RJ Barrett was all the way in California, getting ready for the 2019 NBA draft. He was just a young prospect watching history unfold from a distance.
I'm sure of all people, you know the history of the playoff history of bounces on that rim. Do you remember where you were when Kawhi hit that shot?
I was in California getting ready for the draft. My friends and I were on the couch watching.
Fast forward 7 years and everything flipped. Now Kawhi Leonard is the one in California, watching from afar as a member of the LA Clippers, while RJ...
Clippers where you go if you want to make bread. Lakers where you want to go if you want to win a chip. That are the Celtics.
Barrett is the one delivering a season-saving shot for the Toronto Raptors. It's almost like the moment came full circle.
That shit crazy.
And finally, the Orlando Magic. They just blew a 3-1 lead to the Detroit Pistons, which already sounds bad, but it's worse than that because they did the exact same thing back in 2003, and the similarities are insane. Same matchup, same seeding.
Nah. If they did it in 2003 before, if it was before like February, it was still a horse year. And right now it's a horse year because 2002 was a horse year. It was a matchup between the #1 seed Detroit Pistons and the #8. Same exact shit. The year the horse began in 2002 ended in January 31st, 2003. Like it's still going to the next year, which is crazy. It started February 12th. I don't know when the date was for this, but that's crazy. 2002 is a horse year. 2026 is a horse year.
Lost in the exact same sequence of games, and even the same date they took the 3-1 lead.
April, this after the horse year, but it still got some
April
of that energy.
27th. It's almost like the entire series repeated itself.
Real. Now that was a fire video.
Better know what you're doing when you're going on that mission. I know professional shooters and I get them niggas pissed. But for that drill, they walk down. My young niggas most so sick. I try to teach this bitch a lesson. That little bitches wouldn't list. I tired of lectures. Now I'm sending all these hoes to the team. I put my city on new swag. Little bitch, check out my invention. When BR niggas get a bag, we heading straight to the dick. I'ma put some diamonds in my dick. Reach for my jewelry, I leave you crazy.